Kansas City's news leader. This is breaking news from KMBC 9.
Our first breaking news story is from South Kansas City. 2 people are dead in a crash on 71 Highway. This happened near Meyer Boulevard around 12:30 this afternoon. You see the aftermath there. Police say a speeding black truck caused a crash and crashed into 2 cars that were stopped at a red light, sideswiped another car, then hit a gray GMC pickup. 2 people were killed. The driver of the black truck now in critical condition. Several others were hurt. The intersection shut down for several hours. We do understand that 1 lane is back open.
We do want to get to some breaking news, though, out of the Middle East now. America's leader has addressed the public for the first time since those strikes began on Iran. I'm Jamie Weiss.
I'm Matt Fleener. Lauren Kelly are off. We have live team coverage of this international conflict.
KMBC 9's Andy Alcock is in Nob Noster after visiting Whiteman Air Force Base. Their B-2 bombers played a big role in these strikes.
And Krista Tatchell here in Kansas City after speaking to a woman who has family still living in Iran. But first, we want to catch you up with what has happened today.
The Trump administration had their first public addresses since those strikes. They also confirmed the deaths of 6 Americans. There was no clear timeline of how long this operation could last. President Trump says 4 to 5 weeks, while the Iranian regime says it's prepared for a long war. In the president's public appearance this morning, he shared the threat he saw from Iran that led to this decision to attack.
The regime already had missiles capable of hitting Europe and our bases, both local and overseas, and would soon have had missiles capable of reaching our beautiful America.
Democrats and some Republicans are criticizing the administration for going around Congress. The Trump administration officials told congressional staff there was no known plan from Iran to strike the U.S. Now, we do want to go ahead and get to KMBC 9's Andy Alcock.
Andy is live in Nob Noster, close to Whiteman Air Force Base, which has already played a very key role in this military operation. Andy?
Yeah, Matt, we know B-2 stealth bombers from Whiteman have been part of this joint operation with Israel. U.S. government leaders tell us those bomber crews have dropped several 2,000 bombs on targets associated with Iran's ballistic missile program. Also, right across the street from the Whiteman runway, Dustin and Brenda Worthington live in a home with their 3 children. They shared pictures and videos with us of what they routinely see from their home. The Worthingtons moved into their home at the end of October, so they're still getting used to being near the flight pattern of Whiteman. Now, BT bomber crews flying out of Whiteman have been involved in the recent bombing of Iran.
Especially hearing them take off at night, it's just kind of makes you question what's going on and if it's something that we should be concerned about or if not. So that is the other thing, especially we have small children. So kind of just wanting to know what all the information really is.
And this past June, B-2 bombers also took part in Operation Midnight Hammer. That target also was Iran. Reporting live in Nob Noster, Andy Alcock, KMBC 9 News.
Andy, thanks. The B-2 bombers refuel in air to make it to Iran and then eventually back to Missouri. Now we turn to KMBC 9's Krista Tatchell. She's finding out why these strikes are being welcomed by millions in Iran.
And Krista, you spoke with a local woman who says removing a violent regime is the first step to restoring freedom in a country that she loves.
Yeah, Jamie, that's what she believes. She and her family fled Iran in 1987 because of religious extremism and violence. As she says now, with these strikes, that Iranians may eventually be able to decide their own future, and they're thanking the United States. Azadeh Amani says the Iranian people have been expecting a United States strike for some time and actually hoping for it. What we don't see or hear a lot in this area, she says, is how many Iranians are struggling for any human rights. And a younger generation has been constantly and courageously protesting. This weekend, the internet there in Iran has been cut off, so citizens are helping each other find frequencies on which to hear and watch updates. That's how Amani can communicate with her cousins in Iran. In January, security forces fired on over 1 million protesters across the country, killing over 6,000 people. Amani said she would like to see the next leader of the country usher in a new constitution, a separation of church and state, and let the people decide their future by free and fair voting. She said she isn't calling this a war, but a necessary intervention.
United States is this current administration is the only administration that has truly stood beside Iranians, and we feel it. We feel it, and it feels really good to be heard.
We talked about what leadership she would like to see going forward. It will take some time, but there is one name that keeps getting mentioned over and over, and we may be hearing it more in the future. It's the name of a progressive, an exiled priest, Reza Pahlavi. And his father, interestingly enough, was the king when the revolution happened in 1979. He left the country, and now his son wants to come back and help the people, as he says. And he's a progressive, as I mentioned, and he supports a complete separation of church and state. People here who are Iranian and American are saying they're cautiously optimistic. We're live in Overland Park. Krista Tatchell, KMBC 9 News.
Krista, thank you. 48 Iranian leaders have been killed in the initial strikes, as well as over 500 civilians.
Yeah, we're also learning how Americans feel about these strikes.
Yeah, a CNN poll shows nearly 60% disapprove of this military action. Only 41% of those polled supported the president's action. 56% of these people also believe a long-term conflict is now likely. 30% do not think that will happen, while 13% are unsure. This poll was conducted by an outside research firm.
At KMBC 9, we'll continue to work to give you the most up-to-date information about this conflict. Ahead in 30 minutes, our crew in D.C. will explain how some in Congress are working to limit President Trump's war powers. All right, let's get to First Alert weather now.
Yeah, meteorologist Neville Miller joining us this afternoon. And Neville, you're preparing us for 3 impact days ahead, but when exactly does the rain start?
You know, Jamie and Matt, we could even see a few showers late this evening, but it's going to be more so tomorrow into our day on Wednesday. Then more storms come in later on this week. For now, it's cloudy. We're in the low 40s, so just kind of a gray and chilly afternoon. But as you look at First Alert Live radar, it doesn't see anything out there. So we do have dry conditions despite having all that cloud cover overhead, and unfortunately those clouds really aren't going anywhere. So it's going to be a cloudy rest of the afternoon, a cloudy evening. As we close in on midnight, and you see it here on FutureScan, we might start to see some light rain showers roll in, and we'll keep some of that going off and on through tonight and heading towards our morning tomorrow. Scattered rain to start your Tuesday. Heading towards lunchtime, still some scattered showers, so it's not an all-day rain, not a continuous rain, but as Nick and Katie were mentioning earlier today, I would make sure you have your umbrella handy just because we'll have those chances throughout the day. And then late afternoon into the evening, the rain chances will increase. So it's looking more likely we'll see more rain as we head through your Tuesday evening and even some thunderstorms potentially heading into our Tuesday night and early parts of our Wednesday. So as far as your timing of the rain here, this evening mainly dry, so that's a low chance. Tonight and through the morning tomorrow, it's a medium chance. Again, you'll have some dry time in there, still have your umbrella, and then going through the afternoon to the evening, rain chances do increase. We have more storms on the way this week, even the risk of severe weather. So I'm going to outline that timeline coming up.
All right, thanks, Neville. Well, you can download our KMBC 9 News app to stay one step ahead of all those storms. If you turn on your alerts and your location, you'll be notified when rain's about to start in your area.
Right now we're hearing from a woman running for Kansas governor, and she is not in favor of the Chiefs moving to that state. Her problem with the deal. And KMBC 9 Cares for Kids starts the Diaper Madness, the challenge you can join.
Your source for First Alert weather and News Chopper 9, Kansas City's news leader, KMBC 9 News.
All right, well, today it's been a cloudy one. We, of course, had a rainy Sunday, and right now, as we look ahead to the rest of your evening, we'll have those temperatures holding pretty steady in the low 40s. Lots of clouds overhead. It's a dry evening for us, but as we head into our late evening and overnight hours, absent some rain could move in. And the rain, it is a good thing for us because we were in a deficit. We were in drought, but so far this year, 2 3/4 of an inch of rain, normal, right around there. So we have just a slight surplus here as far as our moisture goes, and there's more rain on the way as we continue on through the week. So tomorrow, scattered showers, all part of that impact day, lower 50s, so it's going to be a little warmer. More of those scattered showers, especially in the morning on Wednesday. 57, our best day of the week to get outside. That'll be on Thursday, sunny, 70 degrees, and on Friday, more rain and thunderstorms roll in. In fact, we are monitoring that risk of severe weather. So I'll explain more about what we're watching for your Friday. That's coming up.
All right, Neville, we're getting a look at your drive home before any rain moves in.
Yeah, we are watching a multi-vehicle crash this afternoon. This is a live look I-49 southbound at 140th Street. Police and fire are on scene right now. You can tell only one lane of traffic is getting by right now as that middle and right lanes are blocked. You can see Scout zooming in, moving the camera there. Not sure where they're moving it at this point, but you can see the traffic backup definitely starting to build. And as we give you a quick check of your drive times this afternoon, you are noticing some slowdowns as you head out the door. 71 Highway downtown to Lee Summit, running you about 24 minutes, 22 minutes from downtown into Blue Springs, and then right on time downtown to Olathe.
A Kansas politician calls the Chiefs' move across the state line a bad deal. We're talking to the gubernatorial candidate about why she feels this way.
The Dutch are coming. A sports reporter from the Netherlands shares some insider information about his team, so Kansas City knows what to expect.
Basketball's big dance means something extra for us. Your chance to support your team while making sure families get the diapers they need.
Good. Yeah, 3, 2, 1 coming up on KMBC 9 News, 5, 4, 3.
Committed to serving our neighbors in Kansas and Missouri. Kansas City's news leader, KMBC 9 News.
A Kansas state representative has died. John Ressman was 70 years old. The Republican has served Olathe since 2017. Before that, he spent 30 years at the Johnson County Sheriff's Office. He also served on the county commission and worked part-time for Johnson County Parks and Rec.
All right, KMBC 9 Sports Director Len Jennings joining us now after hearing from a Kansas gubernatorial candidate.
Yeah, Len, she published an op-ed over the weekend saying the Chiefs' move across the state line is a bad deal.
Yeah, Democrat Cindy Holscher's piece appeared in the Kansas City Star. Her biggest sticking point is the price the public will have to pay. Holscher believes the deal Governor Laura Kelly struck with the team places too much responsibility on the public. The Star Bonds deal was announced just a few months ago. The Chiefs and Kansas officials made it official with the week of Christmas. Holscher believes the long-term impact is not worth it, with Kansas already heading toward a deficit.
My bigger concern, again, is because of where we're headed already, is that in a shorter period of time, because this revenue is being diverted from businesses that are already in the area. Right now, that tax revenue is going to the state to pay for infrastructure. But for those businesses that are there currently, that revenue is going to be diverted. And like I said, my concern is that sooner versus later, we're going to be told, whoops, there's no money for our roads, highways, and our schools because there's so much that's being diverted to the stadiums.
There's one other Democrat running for Kansas governor. There are 7 Republicans running. The primary is set for August 4th. Matt?
All right, Lynn, more candidates could still file. The deadline is June 1st.
We are watching 3 topics this afternoon at the Jackson County Legislature meeting. They are talking about banning law enforcement officers from wearing face masks, barring all permit and zoning approvals for non-county or municipal government-owned detention facilities, and a charter amendment for the upcoming April 7th election. That meeting began at 3. We're going to share updates as we learn them.
All right, back out to the roads now. Still watching this crash on I-49 southbound. Several lanes closed here. This is reported at 140th Street. There's a backup to Red Bridge Road. Tow trucks there on scene. You see what looks to be a fire pumper there too. Only one lane still getting by, but thankful for that. All right, and also drive times right now. Downtown at least 7 on 71. Highway 24 minutes, a little slow there. Downtown out to the Legends on I-70, 14 minutes, and downtown to Olathe. Normal run there, 18 minutes on I-35.
A local nonprofit has given away more than 26 million diapers to families in need.
Just an incredible effort. Today, KMBC9 Cares for Kids is asking you to support Happy Bottoms, the Metro's only diaper bank.
$12 will buy enough diapers to diaper a baby for 1 month.
Happy Bottoms supports nearly 6,000 kids every month, providing families with 75 diapers or 50 pairs of training pants for free. Diapers are not covered by government programs like food stamps or WICs. Now, a $12 donation will cover the cost of diapers for one child for 1 month. And if you can't afford that, you could still make a difference.
We will take physical diapers. If your baby has grown out of a diaper and you have 1 or 2 diapers left in that open package, find one of our drop sites, bring them here to the warehouse, because we will marry that one diaper with 24 other diapers and get that into a hand of a family in need.
And we want to raise enough money for Happy Bottoms to purchase 2 million diapers. This is a big goal. We can absolutely do it. This is during the month of March. Any amount that you can give will make an impact for sure. But a $12 donation will diaper one child for 1 month. You could scan the QR code right here on your screen or log on to KMBC.com/community to make a difference for Kansas City kids. We call that Diaper Madness during March Madness. Basketball fever is in Kansas City right now.
The women's Big 12 tournament is actually going to start at the T-Mobile Center in just a couple of days. K-State and KU will both play on Wednesday. That is the same day the Fan Fest opens up on Grand Boulevard. Then it's the men's Big 12 tournament. That starts next Tuesday. We're waiting to see the final standings for KU and K-State. I have to imagine for folks who maybe want to head out to Fan Fest on Wednesday, you need a parka, an umbrella, rain jacket.
Something.
Yes, I would just have it handy. Now the good news is hopefully we'll get most of this rain out of here earlier in the morning, so the bulk of the day will hopefully start to dry out. But just have all that handy just in case, because it's just going to be kind of an active week. So we've got several impact days to talk about. Katie started us off this morning. She was talking about the rain coming in. Nick was speaking on it at noon, that we had multiple rounds of showers, and tomorrow and Wednesday are impact days. And you're going to see the hourly forecast for tomorrow. It's going to show rain for the entire day, but it doesn't mean it's going to rain all day. It just means we'll have chances for showers as we go through the day. So off and on rain. A few thunderstorms could be in the mix as well as we go through tomorrow and into our day on Wednesday. And then on Friday, we could actually see 2 areas of rain and thunderstorms. One that comes in the morning, another one that develops later in the day. So I'd say late afternoon, more so into the evening. And we will be monitoring that risk of severe weather. So that's why we're still keeping an eye on Friday for you. Here's our setup for tonight, heading through our day tomorrow. So plenty of clouds around. They aren't going anywhere. Heading towards midnight, more so closer to sunrise tomorrow. Scattered rain as a warm front lifts northward. We'll keep those rain chances going as we head through the day, as that warm front will just be hanging out somewhere between 50 Highway and I-70. So if you're south of that front, you're going to be in the 60s, maybe some 70s. North of the front, 40s and low 50s. Either way, scattered rain showers and a few thunderstorms. That's a look at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. We'll keep those rain chances going into our Tuesday evening late. And then here's another area of rain and storms that I was mentioning to start our day on Wednesday, primarily before lunchtime on Wednesday. Then we'll see those rain chances going down. So as far as what it looks like on our 9-day forecast, tomorrow, off and on showers. So have your umbrella with you as you head out the door. Rain chances will continue through the day, not continuous, just rain chances through the day. Some thunderstorms could pop up in the afternoon and evening. 48 our midday temperature, lower 50s for the afternoon. On Wednesday, rain, some thunderstorms, especially in the morning, maybe a few leftover showers for the afternoon, about 57 for a high. Thursday's your pick day of the week, 70 degrees, more sunshine, looks really nice. The wind will pick up on Friday ahead of another system that has us monitoring the severe weather risk. So Friday's an impact day. That could become an alert day if it looks increasingly likely that we'll have severe weather on Friday. Look how warm it gets. 58 for a high. Saturday, we're going to move that system out of here. It's cooler. 58 degrees our high temperature then. Sunday, as we spring forward, it looks great. 70 degrees, sunny, low 70s on Monday. More storms could roll in late Tuesday into Wednesday of next week. So all part of this active weather pattern that we'll see at least for the next 7 to 10 days. Now, I do want to skip ahead to late this week now. So you're looking at Friday. So we'll see one push of rain, maybe some thunderstorms in the morning. And depending on how long this rain sticks around early, that's going to affect what happens later in the day. So Future Scan shows heading into our Friday evening, late Friday night, we could see another line of thunderstorms form right along that cold front. That is where we do have that potential of severe weather. Again, Friday afternoon, I'd say even more so heading into our Friday evening. So we'll keep a close eye on that heading into late Friday. And with these rounds of rain, as I showed you there on the 9-day forecast, this rain could add up. A lot of yellow on the map between now and Friday night. Upwards of 1 to 3 inches of rain could fall across the region.
Thank you for that heads up, Neville. Well, a passionate soccer fan base is coming here for the World Cup. The unique traditions the Dutch will bring to Kansas City.
Keeping you safe from severe weather, the things you can do during this year's Preparedness Week.
Plus, breaking news from D.C. Members of Congress look to limit the president's war powers days after strikes on Iran. The resolution that could solve their problem.
Still to come on KMBC 9 News at 5, Kansas City looks to limit alcohol sales. The impact a ban on shooters could have on businesses' bottom line.
Just audio right now. Okay, we're going to try and hardline real quick. You're
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Yeah. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5. Mic check 1.
We are getting an expert perspective on what Kansas City should expect when the Netherlands comes to town this summer for the FIFA Men's World Cup.
And they are one of 4 teams who will live right here. KMBC9's Eric Graves joining us live in Riverside, where the team will train at the Casey Currents facility. And Eric, you talked to somebody today who has followed the Dutch national team for years.
Yeah, De Groot is his name. Veteran soccer reporter. He has covered them since the 70s. He has gone to 13. This will be his 13th World Cup. To expect first 2 part-time. That is to
those family. It's the Dutch national team. The orange is of everyone, and coming to Kansas City means that the Dutch community that will follow the team will love to unite with the people from Kansas City.
Should be a lot of fun to have them in town. Having some signal troubles with Eric. We'll get back to him later on KMBC 9 News at 5. We're also getting some more clues about when a certain base camp teams could arrive in Kansas City. Eric's going to give us more details on that at 5 o'clock as well.
And when it comes to World Cup coverage, don't forget KMBC 9's got you prepared for the World Cup. That's why we've got a full web page dedicated to the tournament. Just go to kmbc.com/WorldCupKC. You'll find stories about the base camps, transportation, and security as we prepare for thousands of visitors from across the world. Just visit kmbc.com/WorldCup for more. Still ahead on KMBC 9 News at 4. The U.S. sides with Israel striking Iran.
Yeah, now the war is expanding. The strikes carried out while Americans were sleeping and the U.S. service members who have been killed.
Congress gears up for a war powers vote. I'm Amy Lou on Capitol Hill explaining how that could check President Donald Trump's military actions against Iran.
Our First Alert weather team is working to keep you safe from severe weather. The warnings you need to heed now so you can move quickly when storms strike.
Committed to serving our neighbors in Kansas and Missouri. Kansas City's news leader, KMBC 9 News.
Breaking news in the Middle East. Iran now involving its allies. In 30 seconds, the strikes going back and forth in the dead of night.
All right, March is coming in like a lion. In 3 minutes, I'm walking you through our impact days and breaking down which day could lead to some severe weather.
The conflict in the Middle East is growing. Iran's allies now getting involved.
Yeah, these allies are militant groups like Hezbollah. KMBC 9's Bria Berry's in studio now tracking all of these developments for us. Bria?
Well, that's right, Jamie and Matt. Hezbollah is based in Lebanon, and people there are fleeing their homes as Israel strike targets across the country. About 24 people in Lebanon have been killed, and the number of U.S. casualties is climbing. 6 U.S. service members are now confirmed dead, up from 4.
There absolutely was an imminent threat, and the imminent threat was that we knew that if Iran was attacked, and we believed they would be attacked, that they would immediately come after us. And we were not going to sit there and absorb a blow before we responded, because the Department of War assessed that if we did that, if we waited for them to hit us first after they were attacked, and by someone else, Israel attacked them, they hit us first, and we waited for them to hit us, we would suffer more casualties and more deaths.
Bria coming up at 5 o'clock. So ahead on KMBC 9 News at 5, we're going to have live team coverage about these local ties to the international conflict. KMBC 9's Andy Alcock is in Nob Nasser after B-2 bombers from Whiteman Air Force Base aided in the strikes on Iran. And KMBC 9's Krista Tatchell here in the Metro speaking with an Iranian woman who hopes this will lead to change in her country. So as all of this is playing out, some members of Congress are hoping to take some war powers back from the president.
Yeah, lawmakers are expected to vote on a war powers resolution. Our Washington correspondent Amy Liu is on Capitol Hill to explain what this resolution actually means. Amy?
Lawmakers are trying to limit President Donald Trump's military authority by forcing him to stop operations against Iran unless he has explicit permission from Congress. The current resolution before lawmakers right now builds on a broader one introduced more than 50 years ago. The Constitution gives Congress the power to declare war, but in 1973, in the wake of the Vietnam War, Congress enacted the War Powers Resolution, or the War Powers Act, in an effort to share that power using collective judgment when deploying troops. That also allows presidents to take action under certain circumstances, including a formal declaration of war, Congress passing a specific law allowing it, or a direct attack on the United States.
Every president since Gerald Ford has used this force and not claimed an emergency, but has done it anyways. Many members of Congress are saying enough is enough. This power has gone too far.
The law also requires the president to consult lawmakers in every possible instance, meaning once troops are deployed, the president has 48 hours to send a written explanation to Congress. President Trump did do that earlier today. If Congress does not give explicit authorization within 60 to 90 days, the resolution then requires the president to stop all military action. Even if Congress passes a new resolution checking President Trump's power when it comes to Iran, he still could veto it, and overriding that veto would require a 2/3 majority from Congress, essentially making that vote more symbolic than anything. Reporting on Capitol Hill, I'm Amy Liu, KMBC 9 News.
Several U.S. presidents have pushed and justified their use of force under the War Powers Act. Most recently, President George W. Bush, President Barack Obama, and President Trump in his first term.
KMBC 9 will watch for updates out of D.C. and the Middle East. Any new information, we'll bring to you that new information on air, online, and in our free KMBC 9 News app.
All right, let's get back to First Alert weather now. This week's impact days start tomorrow.
But our scattered showers are starting to move in tonight, right, Neville?
Right, Jamie and Matt. So we'll be monitoring First Alert live radar for those showers to move in. And one of the great things about live radar is it can see those small droplets, that really light rain, very well. Currently, we are dry, so there's really nothing to see, but that'll be changing, though, by late this evening. Maybe as we get towards about 11, midnight, we might start to see some light rain moving in. It's more likely we'll see these scattered showers blossoming up, though, heading closer to sunrise tomorrow. So here's 8 a.m. You see there's some of that scattered rain. It kind of keeps going off and on, heading through lunchtime, and I'd say even more so for the afternoon into your Tuesday evening. So we have rain chances through the day, but it's not going to rain all day tomorrow, and we'll keep that rain going even into our Tuesday night as well. So as far as what to know moving forward, Tuesday and Wednesday we'll have scattered showers. There could be a few thunderstorms in the mix as well. As far as the severe thunderstorms, that would more likely be just off to our south, so down in the southern parts of Kansas and Missouri tomorrow late into early Wednesday. But on Friday, that changes. We'll see a little bit more going for storms to be more organized, to be a little stronger. So we are keeping a very close eye on that severe weather risk as we head into our Friday late day, Friday evening even more so. So I'll show you what that looks like and what our setup will be for our Friday. That's coming up in a few more minutes.
All right, Neville, it's the first week of March, which means it is time to prepare for severe weather season.
KMBC 9's Brittany Foster tells us how you can get ready over the next few days with Severe Weather Preparedness Week.
Today is the first day of Severe Weather Preparedness Week, and it's perfect timing because we could see storms later this week. Let's get you prepared.
Each day this week, we will go over different severe weather safety tips. Today's topic is preparedness. Tuesday is flooding. Wednesday is tornadoes. Thursday is wind and hail. And Friday is lightning. It's important to cover these topics so you know how to keep your family safe before the storms arrive. Kansas and Missouri will also hold a statewide tornado drill this Wednesday, March 4th, weather permitting. This is a great time to review your tornado plan and safe spot location with your family. We are keeping a close eye on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday due to the potential for strong to severe storms. Keep checking back in with us at KMBC for the latest updates to the forecast. You can also download the KMBC app or go to KMBC.com. In the Weather Center, Brittany Foster, KMBC 9 News.
Well, coming up at 5, Brittany will walk us through how our local meteorologists work together with the National Weather Service during severe weather.
Back to the roads now. That crash on I-49 southbound, well, it's gone. It is now clear. Still reports of a slowdown from a little bit earlier. Definitely clearing out as of right now. Downtown up to the airport, 26 minutes, a bit slow. Downtown to Liberty on 35 northbound. Pretty typical right now here for a Monday afternoon, 15 minutes. And downtown, again, out to the Legends, hasn't changed much over the past 20 minutes. It's at 14 minutes right now.
Right now in Texas, 2 people are okay after being trapped 900 feet in the air. The hours of work that went into that rescue.
We're getting you prepared for an exhibit 250 years in the making, the important documents this plane is carrying and where you could see them.
Plus, KMBC 9 Cares for Kids leaning into March Madness. The Diaper Madness are starting this week and how you can help.
Your source for First Alert Weather and News Chopper 9, Kansas City's news leader, KMBC 9 News.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. 1 2 3 4. Check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Check. Yeah, I'm grabbing it. Check 1 2. Check. Mic check. Sound clean.
All right, hopefully your week's getting off to a great start. It's a little gloomy out there, kind of chilly as well as we look over the plaza. Our temperatures are at least above freezing, so we're not talking about that sleet, that grapple that we had yesterday, thunder sleet, thunder grapple. So we had a lot, basically just think of a snowflake that's got some kind of soft ice on it. It looks like dipping dots. You probably noticed that yesterday. You don't need to worry about that for today, just lots of clouds. 40 degrees, that east wind is just reinforcing that cooler air that we have in place right now. As far as the evening goes, will be cloudy. We're going to hold near 40 as we head through the next several hours. So make sure you have your jacket with you. You won't need your umbrella unless you're going to be out late this evening. So closer to midnight into the early morning hours for tomorrow, we'll start to see some scattered showers developing. More of those showers off and on as we head through the day on Tuesday. So it's not an all-day rain, but we'll have chances through the day. 53 for a high. Tomorrow's an impact day because of those rain showers there. More of the same on Wednesday, especially in the morning. We'll see our pretty high chance of rain there early Wednesday. 57, so a little bit warmer. And then Thursday, this is a pick day of the week. We'll get the sunshine back. We're going to warm up to near 70 degrees. So if you have some outside work you want to do it on Thursday, especially. Friday, the wind picks up ahead of our next storm system. That's going to drop more moisture from the Gulf, and that's going to help increase our risk of not only thunderstorms, but potentially severe weather as well. We'll have a high of 74 degrees, so it will be getting warmer as we head through the week. With those rain chances just about almost every day except for Thursday, that rain's going to add up, maybe upwards of 3 inches of rain around the region. Some spots could possibly see even more than that. And like I mentioned, we're going to keep an eye on Friday for that risk of severe weather. I'll explain more on that timeline of these storms developing as we go through the week. That's coming up.
All right, wild situation here. A man and a woman are okay after being trapped more than 900 feet in the air. They were enjoying a hot air balloon ride when they got caught on a communications tower.
This sounds like my nightmare. So firefighters, they had to climb up the tower with 45 pounds of gear on their backs.
This is not an everyday rescue. We had to not only get up, extricate the patients out of the basket of the balloon into the tower, but then hand them off rope by rope.
Well, this happened in Gregg County, Texas. It's about 2 hours southeast of Dallas. This Saturday rescue took more than 4 hours, and one man says his cousin was one of the people trapped.
Well, we're going to go by there and see what's going on, and sure enough, we get here, we got a message from a local preacher, asking for a prayer chain, and that's how we found out.
Fortunately, no one was hurt during this incident, but a specialized team is now working to remove that balloon and basket.
What an incredible rescue. Wow. A nationwide tour makes its first stop in Kansas City. We're getting you prepared for your visit to the National World War I Museum as the exhibit starts to come together.
You can show support for your team during March Madness with a donation. We'll show you how Diaper Madness donation drive works.
And Consumer Reports is narrowing down the field the data it is now sharing about the best new vehicles of 2026.
Committed to serving our neighbors in Kansas and Missouri, Kansas City's news leader, KMBC 9 News.
Reverend Jesse Jackson is now lying in state. A procession held this morning in Columbia, South Carolina. His body taken from the Rainbow Coalition, an organization he founded, to the State House. This is video from inside the state's Capitol building here. A ceremony held there for the civil rights icon. He died last month at the age of 84.
Important pieces of our nation's history are now in Kansas City. The Freedom Plane arrived at the downtown airport this morning.
Pretty amazing. It's carrying documents like a secret printing of the Constitution in draft form and the original engraving of the Declaration of Independence and the Treaty of Paris. This tour planned for America's 250th anniversary. Kansas City is the first stop. The documents will go on display at the National World War I Museum and Memorial later this week.
The conversations began for us about 6 months ago, so we've been working diligently with the National Archives and the National Archives Foundation to be sure that we have everything in place, and there's a lot of requirements. Fortunately, at the Museum and Memorial, we meet those requirements in every respect: humidity controls, light controls, and so forth.
Now, we did not get to see the actual documents today. Experts told us the documents, well, they need a little time to acclimate after today's flight. You can get tickets now to see them yourself. Go to worldwar.org.
Very cool. Well, we do want to bring you out to the roads right now with a live look. Debris being reported in the roadway. This is I-35 northbound just before Lamar, and you can actually see something in the lane on the left side of your screen. We've seen cars swerving. We even got a vehicle off the road here. We'll keep an eye on this situation, let you know as we get more details. But let's give you a check of your drive times now for your evening drive. I-35 southbound from downtown to Olathe looking just fine, but if you're heading north from downtown to Liberty, you're looking at some delays running you 18 minutes right now. Slight slowdown downtown to Blue Springs on I-70 eastbound is going to be about 25 minutes.
The NFL Combine now in the books. Draft hopefuls had a chance to boost their stock in Indianapolis this week.
And we saw plenty of standout performances, including one from Oregon tight end Kenyon Sadiq. He set a record with the fastest 40-yard dash ever run by someone at his position, coming in at a whopping 4.39 seconds. The focus now moves to the draft, but the teams will continue shaping their rosters before then.
And the Chiefs have a rare opportunity this year. The team picks 9th overall after finishing 6-11 this past season. Head coach Andy Reid says the front office has been working hard with staffers holding lockdown sessions to break down prospects. Defensive linemen and wide receivers expected to be priorities for the team when the draft kicks off in late April.
Diapers are one of the biggest expenses for families with young children. Not being able to afford them is a reality for thousands of families in our community. That's why KMBC 9 Cares for Kids is partnering with Happy Bottoms to fill that diaper gap. As KMBC 9's Laura Moritz explains, the impact of Kansas City's only diaper bank is felt all across the metro.
It all started with a diaper drive in 2009.
At the end of that 7 days, she had collected over 13,000 diapers. And then it was like, now what do I do?
17 years later, the idea is now Happy Bottoms, Kansas City's only diaper bank. The nonprofit has given out more than 26 million diapers so far to local families in need.
We are not seeing this slow down. We are having more and more people needing our help.
They also support dozens of social services agencies.
We serve children 1 through 5 years old. We have a mixture of students with different abilities,
including Ability KC, which focuses on helping kids with disabilities and providing services that typically aren't covered by insurance.
So this is a service that we can add extra diapers if needed and have them stay in school, have them stay in their therapeutic services and get that therapy that they truly need without having that burden of the parent coming to pick them up early from school.
Each child receives 75 diapers or 50 training pants a month, free of charge, so families can focus on what really matters.
This is such a huge impact on those families. It's taking out a huge chunk of their paycheck to pay for diapers every month, especially if they have multiple children. And so this is something that greatly alleviates that.
Well, we want to raise enough money this month to cover the cost of 2 million diapers for local families. Any amount that you can give makes a big difference. To get started, all you have to do is scan this QR code on your screen or log on to kmbc.com/community.
Well, it's not too late to plan your spring break trip. Some destinations are not seeing a rise in airfare just yet. Flights to South and Central America cheaper than some domestic routes, but flexibility is key.
So long as you didn't have your heart set on this beach on this day at this time, you can usually find a better deal. My favorite tool is Google Flights Explorer. It will pull up an interactive map with the cheapest destinations.
Anybody traveling to Mexico still encouraged to use some caution here. Cancun is the most popular tourist destination spot. There are heavily armed patrols out right now. If you still plan to travel there, stay informed, follow the local news, enroll in the State Department's travel advisory program, and have a contingency plan ready. Certainly not Mexico weather, not South America, Central America weather. It's warmer, but not as warm as there.
At least there's no more snow.
Yeah.
Right, or ice. You know, we were worried about that. We had that thunder sleet, thunder grapple going on yesterday. We were hanging out at like 33, 34 degrees. So we're always kind of sweating when we're that close to freezing and we've got all this moisture around. It rained close to an inch yesterday, so we picked up some much needed moisture, and those temperatures, boy, they are holding very close to freezing for most of the day. Now, the good news is we are well above freezing right now. We're going to be staying above freezing. We're near 40, and as we go through the next couple of days, we have some impact days to talk about because we'll have some scattered rain showers. There might be a few thunderstorms in the mix, so that could kind of affect your plans that you might have for the next few days. Once we get later on into the week, we'll be a little bit more concerned about possibly some severe thunderstorms. I'm going to show you more on that in about 2 minutes. For right now, let's talk about FutureScan. Next several hours are dry, so evening plans look okay. If you're going to be out late, closer to midnight, we might start to see some light rain. I'm really not concerned about that. Tomorrow morning, heading towards around 7 or 8, you see more of those scattered showers. So maybe kids at the bus stops tomorrow morning might have to deal with a few rain showers moving through. Lunchtime, more of the same. So as you saw, it wasn't a continuous all-day rain, but we are going to see those chances through the day. That being said, heading into our evening, here 6 p.m., notice how that rain gets a little bit more widespread. There might be a few thunderstorms in the mix as well. Now you're looking at early Wednesday morning. We'll see another area of rain and storms push in, and this one might have a few storms with hail, especially south of the metro. So if you live a little closer to areas like maybe Ottawa, Paola, Garnett, Lacine, Butler, and Clinton, there could be some storms that maybe have some dime or quarter-size hail late Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. So we'll be monitoring that for late Tuesday into early Wednesday. So as far as what it looks like on the 9-day forecast tomorrow, scattered rain showers, and you'll see the hourly forecast here. You see the rain icon all day. It's not going to rain all day. We just have chances all day. Our temperatures will be in the 40s through the morning, low 50s for the afternoon. That northeast wind will limit our warm up along with the cloud cover. Wednesday, more the same. We'll be monitoring those thunderstorms early in the morning. Otherwise, the afternoon is looking drier. So another impact day there for you because that rain could slow you down getting out the door in the morning. Thursday, that's the pick day of the week. 70 degrees, sunny, looks like a beautiful day. And then here's Friday. So there's another impact day. We're monitoring that severe weather risk. And as of right now, it looks like we could see 2 rounds of storms. One in the morning, that wouldn't necessarily be severe, but that secondary round later in the day, that's when some of those storms could turn severe. We will have more updates to come. So keep checking back in. We will certainly keep you updated. If it looks more and more likely like we'll see severe weather, that'll likely become an alert day, just to make sure we get you that extra heads up. Cloudy, upper 50s, drier on Saturday. Remember, we spring forward Saturday night into Sunday, so clocks go ahead 1 hour, and it's going to feel like spring. 70 on Sunday, 72 on Monday. More storms possible late Tuesday into Wednesday, and we'll go from near 70 to back into the upper 50s. Here's what we're watching Friday late afternoon into the evening. We do have that potential of some severe thunderstorms, so we will be monitoring that setup again. That'll be for Friday. 1 round moves in the morning. I'm not necessarily concerned about these other than maybe slowing you down in the morning. Then we get this secondary round that develops as we get into our late, I'd say more so in the evening into our Friday night. That's when severe thunderstorms are possible. So it's just a good time right now to go over that severe weather safety plan that you have, and certainly make sure you stay updated on the forecast. Okay, Neville, Apple is adding a new budget model iPhone. Now the newest iPhone will cost $600. It's the iPhone 17e. In comparison, the iPhone 17 costs $800. The E actually has the latest chip, but not all the bells and whistles. Apple says it has twice the speed and entry-level storage of the company's last budget offering. It comes in black, white, or soft pink. It will be available for pre-order on Wednesday.
A major legal case is getting started in New York. The Department of Justice announced their lawsuit against Live Nation back in 2024. The DOJ claims Live Nation is a monopoly that uses its dominance to hurt competition and increase ticket prices. Well, Live Nation merged with Ticketmaster back in 2010, and it denies these claims. This trial is expected to last at least a month.
Another live look at the roads here on this Monday afternoon, and looks like we have a crash just reported 35 northbound at Front Street. Looks like a Jeep and a car. Police are there on scene. One lane is blocked here, but it is slow getting by. Again, I-35 right there. I-35 southbound downtown to Olathe, 22 minutes. A little slow there. Downtown to Belton, that's a trouble spot right now. 34 minutes on I-49 southbound, and I-29 northbound downtown to KCI. You're at 31 minutes right now.
Consumer Reports is helping car buyers make smart decisions, the new models that pass the test.
fight we have.
Finding a safe, reliable, and affordable car is harder than ever. KMBC 9's Donna Pittman and Consumer Reports is breaking down the top picks for 2026 to help you shop smarter.
Everyday Consumer Reports tests new vehicles at its state-of-the-art facility, measuring everything from safety and performance to fuel efficiency and cargo space. Beyond the test track, CR's member surveys give exclusive real-world insights into reliability and owner satisfaction from about 380,000 vehicles this year.
The CARS team looks at data from our testing and from member surveys to determine what are the 10 vehicles that stand out most in their class. These are the vehicles that are easy recommendations to make and a great starting point for any car shopper.
SUVs are as popular as ever this year. Subaru's Crosstrek and Forester, along with the Toyota Grand Highlander, all make CR's list. Looking for something more upscale, top luxury SUVs include the Lexus NX and BMW X5.
We also have a couple great sedans on the list with the Honda Civic and Toyota Camry. Both of these performed well in our tests, get terrific fuel economy, and are very reliable.
For drivers who want a truck that's easy to live with, the Ford Maverick is CR's pick for best small pickup, and the Ford F-150 makes the list too, the first full-size pickup in years to score high enough to be a top pick. The Tesla Model Y is CR's pick for EV, but for the first time, all 10 of Consumer Reports' 2026 top picks are available as hybrid or EV versions. All of Consumer Reports' top picks come standard with key safety features, including automatic emergency braking that operates at highway speeds and includes pedestrian detection. Donna Pittman, KMBC 9 News.
Well, next at 5, we continue to follow breaking news on the president laying out his objectives and what his administration is calling a war with Iran. We're getting answers on the timeline of why many say it's unclear. Plus, cutting down on shooters and other single-serve alcohol products. The impact Kansas City store owners say this will have on their business.
Yeah, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
The president lays out his objectives and what his administration is calling a war with Iran. I'm Christopher Salas at the White House with why the timeline may be extended beyond.
They say they hope this leads to a possible check 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Check. Test 1, 2, 3.
Test here in not cold body health vomit real bad. Okay.